Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode what feels like 3 of the Level Unlock podcast, but in reality, it's actually 61.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit, you got messed up. You're not live?
No, I'm live.
Oh, okay.
I just brought up a lot of anime porn. Get it away.
Get it off,
Get out of here. Get out of here.
For those who aren't familiar with what I'm talking about, for those who watched the live version, today there's only 3 of us. So compared to the usual 5 that we have on, we're going back to our roots.
Where'd the other 2 go?
Exactly. Who knows? The Coronas might have gotten them. No, it's not.
No,
Dave.
Dave,
Yeah,
Dave.
sorry, my bad. I forgot about that. Yeah, Dave got a hold of him. No, I'm just kidding. Schroeder just moved. Sir Sleeves himself, Splash Screen Gaming, unfortunately. He had just moved from Florida to PA, and so his stuff's given him a lot of trouble. So he's working through that, and Nate is out sick. So we will proceed for you folks. We're the only thing that's not canceled. We're here for you every week. On time.
Until we get canceled.
Until we get canceled, yeah.
Yeah, we're just, you know.
So
we're just on borrowed time right now. Like I guarantee I'm gonna say something stupid and it's gonna get us banned.
It's just gonna straight cancel. It's gonna be
like, well, that was that.
It was a fun run, boys.
Fuck me.
It was a fun run. It was a good year of our lives, but it is what it is. Crashing to a halt over one phrase. Nah, I'm just kidding. We don't do that kind of stuff. We're a PG audience here. We don't say any of the swears.
Yeah, we don't want to get banned off our mom's Minecraft server.
Yeah, true. We'll get banned.
True. That is very true.
Like, my mom listens to this. She'll get really angry if I swear.
Yeah, she moderates that stuff.
We'll end up in the Wienerville and Heights projects.
Yeah. It's dangerous place.
That is a great name for that Discord server. Let me tell you, for that channel.
That is phenomenal.
An AFK channel. Yeah, that's where you end up.
Yeah,
Wienerville Heights projects.
That's where you get stuck for life. So, kind of
or
back.
Until you talk again.
That is true. Yeah, until you realize you have talking for like 5 minutes and you're muted, and then so you got put in AFK. It's like, oh, that's fun. But anyways, welcome everybody. Welcome to our podcast. Currently 2,116 followers on Podbean, which is absolutely phenomenal.
Jesus.
So thank you all for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been like 100 a day.
Wow.
I think
Something like that.
It's been something like
pretty
that.
wild.
It's been a crazy amount of day.
Yeah, there's
There's just so many people
tons,
listening to us. I just don't understand it.
So
yes.
we're gonna be walking down the street once Dave is done, and people are gonna be like, "Hey, you're from
the
a podcast."
I listen to.
I'll be like,
No, I'm
No,
not,
yeah.
and then just run away.
What?
Because I can't talk to people in public.
Leave me alone. That's why we had the podcast. No,
I had someone, like when I think I was in the mall for some. Oh, I was in the mall for to grab something at GameStop one time. This is a few years back, and this dude comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, I know you. You do YouTube stuff." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I'm a huge fan. And I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this.
You're like, what?
Help! I need an adult.
This
That's
has
awesome.
never happened before.
Like, yeah.
Isn't like the simulations.
Like, I don't know if you're japing me right now. What the fuck's going on? That's awesome. That's crazy. I would like to also thank our 2 Patreon members, patrons,
Lock pickers.
the lock pickers.
Advanced lock pickers. There we go. That's what they are.
That's not a bad idea. How about you guys decide if you are listening? Let us know what you want.
What do you want to be
Master
called?
Ryan and Queen Taylor. So let's see what you guys want to be called. You're the first ones. You help our channel. You support us. So come up with a name. Let us know, and then we'll dub it thee. We'll get with Queen Elizabeth. She'll honor it. She'll knight it, and it'll be done. It'll be said. For anybody else who does want to join, it is patreon.com/levelunlockpodcast, as well as all the social medias. Make sure you find them. You love them. You like them. You tell how much you love this podcast, how amazing we are, how much you miss Jeff and Nate. You don't have to lie. We know you don't miss Nate. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Nate. I'm just messing. You know I love you, Nate. He's not here, so we have to. We have to rib him.
We got to razz him a little bit.
It's not a podcast if we don't. And
It's a podcast tradition that we dunk on Nate or
It is.
whomever the newest member is.
so until then, unfortunately, it's been like 7 months, but he's still the newest one.
I mean, he is.
He is.
I thought I was the newest one.
Actually,
Nate
I
was
thought
here
about that
before
after
me.
the fact. I was like, I'm pretty sure Mark is.
Yeah,
But
nobody's roasted me yet, you fucks.
that is true. That is true. I realized I'm like, actually, no, Nate's been on
See how it is
longer
making
than Mark.
assumptions.
But we taken his age
wait,
into
has-
consideration, so that's
has he?
why.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Mark is the.
Mark's
If
the
we
new one.
were if this was Rocket Power, he would be the squid.
He would. Yeah, he
Yeah, I'm
really
the youngin.
he is. After I said that, I'm like, no shit. I think actually Mark's technically the newbie. Oh well, Nate, you're still gonna get ribbed. That's just how it rolls. Anyways, what's up, guys? How you guys this weeks? How is being quarantined and locked down treating you? And what's new? Mark, go ahead.
Nothing too bad. I've been working a lot. It's been weird, kind of. Well, I work at home in the first place, but my clients are working at home now, so they're really busy and they're always on their computers, so they're sending me a lot of stuff. Beyond that, I've been playing a bunch of different games now that I've actually been forced to stay home. So I tried out Bleeding Edge.
Oof.
Yeah, would not recommend. I mean, if you have Game Pass, I'd try it out. It's 30 gigs. I downloaded it pretty quick, but it's not good. I played like 3 matches, and it's so boring.
So what is Bleeding Edge?
It was made by the people that made Devil May Cry and some other popular game. I can't exactly remember.
Hellblade. Swan is
Hellblade.
sacrifice.
There we are. Yeah, so it's a 4v4 like hero-based third-person shooter. But yeah, but
That's weird.
it's primarily melee characters, and then there's a few range characters. So the entire time you're just smashing X to do a spin animation to knock down that much health from a person's bar. And you can only do that like 10 or 12 times before it gets kind of boring as shit. And then you
So-
switch to the range characters, and then everything is auto aimed, so you don't even have to do
Oh,
anything.
doesn't take any skill.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything at all. Like, yeah, it was just not entertaining in my opinion. So try it out if you're interested, if that sounds like your sort of thing. But like, I thought it was going to be a lot more fast paced, but it was just not not what I expected. I've been playing a bunch of Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly how I remember. It's still pretty good. Like, being that we used to play a bunch of Overwatch, getting back to Team Fortress 2, it's just a lot more basic and a lot more like, oh, the enemy team is running a lot of fucking pyros. That means I gotta, either be an engineer and build some turrets so they all don't rush me at the same time. If we're defending, like, there's just a lot of like little strategy that doesn't really matter compared to Overwatch because there's so many people.
Is it just like it's like Overwatch, but like a more animated?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
That's what I
But
thought.
that's also the limitations of the engine at the time, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've kept up with it, but you could only update an engine so many times before you completely overhaul another game.
I see a video. I'm looking at pictures of Team Fortress 2, and there's a bunch. It's them versus the people from Overwatch. Like they're doing a arm wrestling competition in one of them.
Yeah. It's a way more goofy and I would say more full of life version of Overwatch.
If you're playing casual, it's a lot more relaxing.
What came out first?
Fine.
Oh,
TF2
TF2 by a long.
It was in the orange
Long one.
box.
Ah,
That's how I got it the first time. Like, I finished Half-Life, all those games. I don't even think I touched Portal. I think I went straight into Team Fortress 2. And I was just like, nice. And then I played Portal a bit.
yeah, they're like more clayish looking characters. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's got more. I feel like it has more life to it than Overwatch personally.
There's a lot more customization. Like,
More hats too.
in Overwatch, you just get the skins, I think, to customize, as well as like the emotes and sprays and ending animations and that sort of stuff, where Team Fortress 2 is primarily item stuff, so you can get certain little boosts and cons to your weapons and stuff. You can get hats, you can get armor, you can get pins, like just a bunch of really little things that you don't think that could be added to like a character, but it like makes it personal to you. I don't know. Like my pyro shoots rainbows and bubbles, and like that's neat.
That's pretty cool. Shit. Anything else?
Yeah, beyond that, nothing too crazy. Just a bunch of video games.
Feel you there. Do you want me to go, James, or you want to go?
I can go. I have I played a lot of video games as well this week. I'll get to kind of let's get to what I've been playing. Animal Crossing still fantastic. I absolutely love Animal Crossing. Play it every day. I've been also playing Doom 2016. That game is amazing. And it is such a weird juxtaposition comparing the two, like going from Animal Crossing New Horizon to Doom 2016. Animal Crossing is such a bright, cheery game. It's very relaxing. Doom 2016 is a game where you punch a demon's head clean off and it explodes. Or you just chainsaw someone like right in the face and it's super rad and they just explode with ammo. Doom 26, it's made me really want to play Doom Eternal, and I actually picked that up. It should be coming in the mail Wednesday.
Yeah, buddy.
So got that coming in the mail. Can't wait to play that because that's just a lot of fun. And then I also checked out a game called Concrete Genie.
What is that?
Are you guys familiar with it at all?
No.
So Concrete Genie is a game about a kid. And I really wish like Schroeder was here because it would definitely be something that he would probably be into, especially with the art style. So it kind of has this storybook art style, but it's all in full 3D. And it's about a kid who uses his magic paintbrush to paint different creatures on the wall and uses that to help solve puzzles. And it's all about...
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all about bringing life and cleaning up this one village on like the dock that's kind of like all run down now, and it's just a bad part of town, and using like your paintbrush and that kind of stuff to get rid of stuff called the darkness to bring it all back, bring back the life to this town. And it uses some really clever things with different elements of the different creatures that you can paint, and they only stay on the wall. So you have to figure out using like just problem solving. If hey, there's a place that I need to put one here, or a place that needs to go here, but I can only make it over on this like another wall in like another building, and there's like a gap of nothing in between. Kind of figuring out, where do I go? What do I have to do to kind of push this like something to fill in the gaps so it can go from building to building. It's a lot of fun. It's strictly stealth puzzle adventure for the first, I would say, 4/5 of the game. That's all it is. You're just going around painting, sneaking away from bullies, and it's great. The last 1/5 of the game, it turns into almost a hack and slash, which is really weird to think. It like almost completely gets rid of the painting aspect, and it's all just smacking things with paintbrush and like shooting paintbrush colors, like paint towards enemies to take them out. And there's bosses and all this crazy stuff, and it just kind of comes at you out of nowhere. Just a whole complete shift in the gameplay. Just completely changes the style. It's also a game that the puzzles are good and fun, but a lot of them start to become very similar, samey on what you have to do, and it holds your hand a lot on what to do and where to go. There's not a whole lot of like exploration. It's very like, hey, this is what you have to do. It's a really good game, and I would highly recommend it. It's on PS4. I don't know what the price is off the top of my head. But if you can get it for like $20, it's definitely worth $20. Anything more, you might be a little disappointed, in my opinion.
PlayStation's 14 on the PlayStation Store. It's $14.99.
Oh, that is a fucking steal right there. Like, I would pay $15 for it any day of the week. Is that on sale, or is it that's the regular price? It would say.
It is on sale. It's usually $30.
$30 is pushing it for me for about 5 hours of I don't want to say mediocre, because I did enjoy my time playing it, but it's still the gameplay itself doesn't hold up for the $30.
I got you.
In my opinion. I also been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen.
Nightmare?
No, it's what's the game show that he does, or the reality show, where it's
the one that he goes and like fixes places?
No, the one where he has a bunch of chefs and Hell's
Kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen too.
Yeah, the one where they compete at his actual restaurant in Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... Whew, that is a good show. I've never been more enthralled in a lame reality TV game show in my life.
I like watching the clips of him when he goes and he goes to the other restaurants and asks for like whatever the best foods are, and then he eats them and they taste like shit.
Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah, I can remember what it's actually called.
I've already binge watched all that, both the US and UK series.
I watched one where it was that chef. It was like Top Chef or something, whatever the other one he does, and he taught people how to like properly cut a lobster. And it was when he took all the meat out of the lobster, it was like he put all the meat back into form of the lobster, and it looked identical, just without the fucking legs. It's like, that's amazing. Oh my god, that makes me want lobster right now. I want to try this.
Oh, lobster's great. Lobster is great. Yeah. Other than that, haven't really been doing anything else. Yeah. Concrete Genie, Animal Crossing, Doom, and Gordon Ramsay.
I like it.
Can't go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong at all.
For myself, this current week, this weekend, I was actually supposed to be in Legoland, which unfortunately did not happen because of Dave. Dick.
Man, imagine how boring of a podcast this would be with you not here and it's just me and Mark.
Yeah, that would throw some things in the wrenches. But yeah, so it didn't happen. So me and my wife and my kids spent the last couple days in the mountains. I had some good times. I sent you guys a video of me jumping into the water.
Yeah, because you're on iPhone, it looks like trash.
My abridged version of cliff diving. For anyone who's watching, there's my fat self going to jump into the water. So what I did there, I went sideways. And the reason why I went sideways is I did it twice. So the first time I did it, I dove feet first because it looked rather... I broke my stuff. It looked rather deep. So right there, boom.
Spoilers, it wasn't deep.
It wasn't deep at all. My foot is bruised on both of my heels. It was not deep at all. If I would have jumped out like probably 3 more feet, which had been pushing it. It was deeper. It was waist high. But yeah, that area was not deep at all. So I'm like, oh, this hurt really bad. I'm like,
This
oh,
is
my
a
feet.
mistake.
So then
This is a mistake.
my son goes and does it, and I was like, okay, I'll try it again. There's my son doing it for anyone who wants to. Oop. So he does it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
well,
okay.
he's a lot shorter though.
So then I'm gonna be like, okay. So then what I had to do then is I need to go sideways on my side because it's not deep, and then I'll spread my body out. No, that didn't do fucking shit.
No, you shouldn't do that.
You can't really see it, but in here it's all blood. It's kind of where it's more red because I smacked my palm off the rock. I cut my arm on the rock, and then my shoulder also hurts.
You fucking idiot. You
So-
absolute moron.
So that happened. But other than that, though, it was fun. Kind of a nice oasis. And I tried to take a picture of myself behind a waterfall, but unfortunately it didn't work, so I just got next to it instead. Because if I would have got, I wanted to, but the back of my phone's broken. So I didn't want to take my phone behind the waterfall where we're splashing and risk water getting in there.
Damaging it.
I was like, man, that'd have been such a fucking cool picture. Taking a picture behind a waterfall. That'd have been cool, but didn't happen. So
See, maybe you shouldn't break your phone.
that is true. Got
Just
to use
saying.
my backpack today.
Oh, nice.
The one we took that we took that with us.
You got to stay on an adventure.
Yeah, and it actually wasn't bad. I expected it to be kind of heavy. It kind of dispersed the weight, which is nice, but my back and my feet are killing me. One for smacking my ankles on my heels on stone. And let me tell you what though. So obviously they're mountains. And how these rivers form is from snow. And when the snow melts, it forms the rivers. Man, did those fucking things take your breath away. You get in the water, first time I jumped in, I'm like, because it's that cold.
Oh, chilly.
Yeah. And
Yeah, be careful. You don't want to get hypothermia there, bud.
next month they'll be gone. They'll be dried up. So hopefully we get to go back again. But yeah, there was an actual waterfall, like a huge waterfall that you can go to, but you got to kind of do a little rock climbing on both ways. You can either go behind where you're on top of the waterfall and you look down, or you have to walk to the base of the waterfall where it's coming down on top of you. But either way, you have to like rock climb. And unfortunately, it didn't work this time, but one day I'll do it. I told my wife, and she's like, we got to do that. I was like, yeah, with kids, sometimes you just got to take risks. If it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't.
Hey, that's just one less mouth to feed if it doesn't work.
I was like, sometimes you just got to risk it to get the biscuit, That's just the way the cookie crumbles, is using all the catchphrases in the world right there. But that's been my last couple days. It's been nice getting outside. It's funny. It's like, I don't know if you consider that social distancing because you're out in the wilderness, but because everyone is at home, places were packed in these outsides. So the actual parking lots, because they're national parks, they're closed. So everyone just parks along the sides of the streets. But place was full. But it was nice though. Beautiful weather, perfect weather.
Yeah, well, I guess because people aren't working.
Yeah.
They're not out at work. They can just go out.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how everything folds out. They just announced today that school is officially canceled for the rest of the year. So, well, we have that going on for us. But yeah, today it was a high of 85, 86, I
Dang.
believe. And then tomorrow it's going to be, in the rest of the week, it's going to be high to mid 80s. So, and then it pretty
Dang.
much stays that way for
Ever.
ever until November.
Summer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, summer just in that 20 plus degrees warmer, 110, 115 degrees. At nighttime, it's 80, 85 degrees, or whatever it may be.
Jesus.
So
Yeah, but it's not that sticky heat that we get.
No, not at all. It's not. It's
Like,
not
zero humidity.
Yeah, it's no humidity at all. So it's
So
not.
it's
It's
not too
it's
bad.
bearable. But you're outside too long, your skin just boils.
Mm-hmm.
So you got that. And
It's
I
like
bought
being
all
in an
the.
oven.
I bought going off what James was talking about. All of the Doom games. I bought not all the Doom games. I didn't buy 2016 or Internal. I bought the other ones. I beat, quote unquote, I beat Doom 1, the Ultimate Doom, but they added a fourth world, which I have to still play. First time actually ever beaten that game. I may or may not have accidentally hit ID FK, which gives you all the keys and armor and health. I might have accidentally hit that on the keyboard when I was walking. Just by pure accident, though.
Accidentally.
But I was just walking along, and I'm just going, and all of a sudden I got everything. It's like, oh, okay. So, and that may have accidentally happened after I was close to beating a level and died twice.
Multiple times.
Dude, that game pisses me off though, and I always die at the stupidest time when I have everything I need, and then I die. I'm just like, you son of a bitch. And then I tried Nightmare on that game last night or the night before. Oh, I didn't get I don't even think I got past. So I did the first level. I walk. I go to the next room, and each time I died. It was
Nightmare is not supposed to
insane.
be beaten.
And it's funny because it actually asked you, it's like, are you sure you want to play this mode? ? Yes. And it says, okay, there you go.
Really sure? For reallys?
But yeah, that was stupid hard. I don't understand why they even had that in there. It's interesting, but that's pretty much.
It's to make sure you don't beat the game and just never play it again.
That's true. I also bought a fire. I bought stuff to build a fire pit. I built that last night. Had our first fire here,
Nice.
so can't have those much longer because then they'll be on a advisory that you're not allowed to have fires.
Too dry.
It's too dry. One spark could set the whole entire
Town
neighborhood
fire.
and city on fire. So don't want that on my hands. But
Don't want to be responsible for that.
Overwatch, not Overwatch. How did I say Overwatch? Ark. I built my castle for the most part, and I got a couple more things I want to do in that to finish up, and then I ultimately, me and Mark were talking about it. We need to get the rest of the artifacts so we can move on, and then start doing other things. So we got to do the Schroeder, if you're listening, if you're still on. One of these nights we got to go to the desert caves. Got to get riot armor and shit, and go get those artifacts so we can try to fight the boss and kick his ass. So that's the next on the agenda. On the agenders. Well, that's all I got really for the week. Let's dive into some news, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll do the quick movie news because there's not really any. So, with things in China starting to improve, which is nice for them, they will be reopening theaters shortly. And what they are doing for their moviegoers to get people to come back to the movies is they are releasing for free both Avengers, not both Avengers, multiple, but the last two, Infinity Wars and Endgame, Avatar, and 3 other blockbuster movies that did very well in China. So they will be releasing those in theater for free.
Nice.
So that's awesome for them. Couple other things. Disney has come out and said that Disneyland and Disney World will remain closed indefinitely until further notice, possibly opening not until sometime in June. As a result, they are losing $40 million a day by not being open.
Does not surprise me.
They are, because they're still paying their full-time employees. They have to still maintain the park. They still have to water everything, cut all the bushes and stuff. But they're not getting any money in return. So between the two parks, they are losing $40 million a day. And with that being said, ex-CEO Bob Iger has given his entire life savings to Disney. Yesterday, he announced that he is taking his entire life savings out of his account and putting it into an account for Disney to make sure they stay afloat and to make sure the employees can still be paid.
Well, that's good.
So, good for him. Not that...
That's really good.
It didn't
Feel
say...
that he's getting something out of that too.
Yeah.
Like, is he a shareholder or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's still on the board. He's just not the CEO of the company anymore. So...
Makes more sense.
He's probably got a nice pretty penny as a board of director, though.
Yeah, take all my
He's-
money. I'll get it back next week.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not going hungry anytime soon. Him and his family are not going hungry anytime soon.
So, but yeah, his it didn't say what the amount was, but to say it's his life savings, I would assume it's probably a huge dollar amount, but he's not going to go broke. He ran Disney for 25 years. He's set, so
What do you think? 8, 9 figures?
I would say probably a couple $1 billion, I would assume.
I wouldn't think billion. I would
You
think
don't
like
think so? Like 100
hundreds
million?
of millions.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe like 200 million, at least in savings. Because
Yeah.
he probably has a bajillion accounts too. So people like that have multiple bank accounts. They just don't have one. So with that, Tom Holland made an oops. He announced on his Twitter yesterday that Onward is on Disney Plus, which he then retracted 2 hours later after getting multiple hate comments, as it is not on Disney Plus and is not set to release until this Friday. You made an oops. Good old Spider-Man there for you. So, if you guys remember, a couple months ago we talked about The Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 taking place the same day, well, opening in theaters the same day. Unfortunately, one of them broke. The Matrix 4 has been rescheduled and is not slated to come out late 2021, if not 2022.
Wow.
They were saying it's because of Dave, but at the same time, I feel like it's an out for them, because at this point, John Wick would be bigger than The Matrix. And then for them to both release on the same day wasn't going to happen. So, John Wick 4...
I would go see John Wick.
Yeah.
It's over The Matrix.
So, John Wick 4 has not been rescheduled, nothing, only The Matrix has. So, I think that was their way of, like, oh, crap, okay, well, this works. Well, let's reschedule because of this.
An out.
Yeah, we have an out now.
An out now.
Yesterday was the 15th anniversary of the first episode of The Office. They were supposed to have a big get-together, a big party, but because of Dave, they weren't able to. So John Krasinski and Steve Carell actually FaceTimed each other and went live on YouTube for everyone to watch, where they just basically shot the shit and just talked and reminisced on the show and caught up. It was actually pretty cool. A lot of people watched it and made a lot of people excited, and obviously now the rumors are swirling. Oh man, are we getting a reboot of The Office? Most likely not, but
No.
people like to think about that they are.
Office, the years after.
Yeah.
The after years.
And last but not least, Hobbs and Shaw, the movie that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Jason Statham did. It was a spin-off, The Fast and the Furious, is getting a sequel. It is currently being written now, and more news will be heard in the future when everything comes back up and running. So, for anyone who likes the Fast movies, we're getting more. And
Big
that's
shocker.
all the movie news that I have. And let's get on to some video games. Did you want to do the Nintendo stuff now, or do you want to do it last?
Let's do that last because it's a big chunky boy.
Okay.
All right.
Go do your stuff first, and then I'll go, and then Mark will go, and then I'll go, and then we'll do the Nintendo.
All right.
Yeah, I'll keep my Nintendo stuff for the end. It's probably all
So-
the same shit.
Probably. Who knows?
We'll
All right.
see.
You guys remember, what was it, last week and then like 2 weeks ago, that kind of stuff? Talked about the rumors of Sony buying Silent Hill and a few other franchises from Konami, or, paying the bill to get a new Silent Hill or something from Konami and having Hideo Kojima
Yeah.
work on it. So Konami finally responded to the rumor, or to the rumors, saying they're not true.
Oh.
Yep, and they're like, no fucking way there, bud. Get out of here.
So according to the spokesperson that told the website where the news broke, Rely on Horror, he says, "We're aware that the rumors and reports, but can confirm there's nothing true," says the spokesperson. The spokesperson told Rely on Horror, "I know it's not the answer your fans may want to hear. It's not to say that we're completely closing the door on the franchise, just not the way. It's just not the way it's being reported." So yeah, basically, catches everyone up. A website called Rely on Horror that deals with horror movies broke a story from a reliable source saying that a new Silent Hill was being put in the works, and then also later on went and said that Sony was planning on purchasing the rights to Silent Hill, Metal Gear, and Castlevania, and having Hideo Kojima work on them. Yeah, so that's definitely not true. So,
And it didn't help that a bunch of people put fuel on the fire by posting memes and crap too, kind of like hitting at it. So that didn't help either.
no. Animal Crossing has been a huge hit, not only here, but in Japan as well. Animal Crossing has sold, the physical version has sold 1.88 million copies in 3 days. This is according to Famitsu. So it's the highest selling Animal Crossing game to date.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. It came out honestly at the perfect time. Not
Yeah.
that this time was a time for anything, but for a video game to succeed off of it, this was the perfect opportunity.
And especially what kind of game it is, too. I mean, it's the perfect game to kind of just sit back and just ride out the storm with. Another thing with Nintendo is that the Switch also surpassed a little milestone. It surpassed the Wii's lifetime sales in Japan just recently. This is as of Wednesday of last week. Looks like last week the system shifted 392,576 units last week alone, and it's roughly $12.8 million in sales, or 12.8 million units sold since launch, so within the past 3 years. So it's already beaten the Nintendo Wii, which the best selling video game system of all time. It's already beaten its Japan sales. So now we just kind of have to sit and wait and wonder, hey, is the Switch going to beat the Nintendo Wii? Is the Wii going to be the second best selling system of all time? We'll have to wait and see. But good on Nintendo. They're really killing it right now. Before we get into the 700 million pages of the Nintendo Direct, GameStop.
Good old
GameStop. This is from Boston Globe. Apparently, I don't want to sign into the Boston Globe. All right, fuck it. I'm not reading it off their article. Basically what GameStop has been telling their employees to do, they have their curbside order
Yeah.
system now. So, you drive up to the curb, a GameStop employee hands you your shit, and then you go on your way. Easy peasy. Apparently, you're also able to buy stuff there too. It's not just online orders. What a district manager told one of the managers at this location in Massachusetts, "Hey, someone wants to buy something. Put a I can't make this shit up. Put a bag around your hand, grab their credit card, go and get the shit that they want, ring them out for it while you're in the building. Person's still outside, may I add. And then you flip the bag around with the stuff and then just throw everything inside. Credit card and games and stuff, and hand it to the customer."
Yep.
And they're
Unreal.
also reiterating that it is an essential business. It is an essential business, guys. They're allowed to be open. The video game store is allowed to be open, guys. It's okay. GameStop's here.
They did also announce that because of all of this, that they're not allowed to operate the way they want, they're going to be forced to close upwards of 300 stores by the end of the year because they won't financially.
They already said that. They said that last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's already been confirmed.
Never
mind. Fuck GameStop. That's all I could say.
I saw that. I was like, yeah, just put a plastic bag in your hand. Just give them the shit, okay? It's like, what? What kind of direction is that? Just put a bag over your hand and you'll never touch them. You'll be okay.
You'll be fine. Just squirt hand sanitizers all over your body. Oh, wait, you don't have any. We didn't send you any.
That's hot as shit.
Oh, GameStop. Oh, GameStop.
They keep just digging themselves a bigger and bigger hole. They're just, if they can translate how badly they're whiffing this situation into success, man, they would be like a multi-trillion-dollar company.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, do you guys like Nier?
Yeah, I never played it, but I know what it is.
Okay, I was about to say, hey, do you guys know what Nier is?
Yeah.
All right. You probably know Nier Automata. You don't know of the original Nier. The original Nier came out back in the 360 and PS3 era. Really good story. That's really all I could say is really good story. Controls suck. Gameplay sucks. Watch your Let's Play of it if you're interested. But you don't have to do that anymore. Nier Replicant version 1.22474874139 is coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, and Steam.
Nice.
It's not a remake. It's not a remaster. It's not a re-release. We don't know what it is. Because they didn't really tell a whole lot. Yoko Taro didn't really say too much. But it's updated, but we don't know how, and we don't know in what way or
That's always
anything.
nice.
But they said that it's not a remaster, it's not a remake, and it's not a re-release. So what the fuck is it? It's not a new game. It's the original Nier, but we don't know what the fuck it is.
Jesus.
Big things is that the version will be fully voice-overed, and then they're going to have new recorded lines.
It's going to be like the Warcraft 3 remake.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, we have so much shit planned, and it's literally the same shit. And it's like, yep, we actually ruined most of the game for you. Have fun.
Well, I mean, they couldn't really ruin this one.
No,
They can't.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Blizzard had Warcraft 3 just right here available that they could just pluck and be like, all right, let's give it a new coat of paint. They managed to fuck it up.
Yeah, I gave it away. That's pretty much it.
Yep. And then should I talk about the Mario stuff? Now, or should we wait?
Yeah, we can save all the Nintendo stuff for one.
Okay.
So it's the same bubble.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that.
Do you have
I'm
anything
done.
else? Okay, Mark, go ahead.
So apparently there's supposed to be a Modern Warfare 2 remaster going on sale tomorrow.
Sure is.
Yeah, the listing briefly appeared on the German PlayStation Store. So it seems that the release will be imminent. It won't feature a multiplayer mode, where most of the maps will be in the new Call of Duty game. But the publisher, Activision, is attempting to push sales of Modern Warfare 2 Mastered um, with alongside Modern Warfare and Warzone. So if you purchase the remaster, you will receive a bunch of items that you'll be able to use in Modern Warfare and Warzone. Conversely, you'll be able to bundle Modern Warfare and Warzone together, and then get a free copy of Modern Warfare. But in any case, we'll have some details probably tomorrow.
Wait. Hold on. You can bundle Modern Warfare and Warzone to get Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, apparently they're selling the remaster for $25.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm just confused. Like, you're bundling a $60 game with a free game?
Because they're two separate
with a
entities.
$25 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the remaster's $25.
Yeah, because they're two separate entities. So if you download it all and pay for it all, you get that. Or you can just download it separately and get free content.
You'll get some pretty cool shit in game if you get them all together.
Because not everybody has Modern Warfare. A lot of people just downloaded Warzone because it's free.
Okay, that makes more sense then.
So now they're enticing you to buy Modern Warfare to get Modern Warfare 2 remastered for free. Okay. So it's not going to look. I guarantee it's not going to look nearly as good as Modern Warfare because Modern Warfare was a remake, not a remastered. So, but we'll see.
Well, I wouldn't even say a remake.
Oh yeah,
reimagining.
Remaster? I don't know.
No, because it's not the original story. It's a completely different story. It's a reboot. There we go.
Yeah, reboot. There you go.
Well, we'll see if that comes out tomorrow. Supposedly it should, whenever PSN does their weekly game push or whatever.
I think it's midnight Pacific.
Yeah, so
hey, I'll probably be up. I'll check. I'll report. I'll report live.
Oh no, 5 more hours.
5 more hours.
Yeah,
Pacific.
Yep. So yeah, it was basically they want to keep the Call of Duty franchise going, but at the same time, because of Modern Warfare is doing so well, they don't want to release another game that is supposed to take over
that space. Yeah.
Because it's the best-selling game of the decade, and it's been out for 6 months, if that. And with Warzone now being a part of it, they just want to keep this particular one going and just expand on this.
Yeah.
So
kind of give people the incentive to purchase the game.
So we'll see how long it can keep going like this, because everyone's used to a brand new Call of Duty every October that just takes over the old one, but none of them with the success like this. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
We're still going to see Call of Duty every year. Like, no matter what, we're still going to get a new one in November.
What if instead of it being like another war game, they like did a spin-off or something, like not being Call of Duty, but like they just made like a Nazi zombie game, or
kind of like what Sniper Elite does with their zombie army or whatever.
Yeah, they just took like exactly the same formula, but just like throw something in there that completely changes the entire thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing: that wouldn't make as much money.
That
wouldn't make the company that already has all of the money more money.
Or like, what if they just made like a Spec Ops game that was just a shit ton of Spec Ops missions and multiplayer, and that was it?
I mean,
I can see them doing something like that.
Compliment thing.
Because I know that they don't want to stop producing and making stuff for Modern Warfare because of the success of it. But at the same time, they don't want to not make another game. So
yeah, now that season passes are kind of dead.
Yeah, they just don't want to not make another game and have you be content with this forever. But so we'll see. Maybe
Which,
the
I mean, is what they
spin-offs
kinda
is a
should
good
do.
idea because at least it's kind of like, okay, so yeah, here's the main game that we're going to focus on for the next 3 years, but here's a little something off to the side that you can play if you choose, but we're not really going to focus on it that much, but go ahead and here's your Spec Ops, or here's your spin-off of Call of Duty for a year if you got bored for 5 minutes.
Yeah, here's something to tickle your taint for a bit.
Yeah. So
Who
maybe
knows?
we'll see.
It's been a while since I've developed a game.
Yep.
I don't know.
We'll see.
They used to have 3 companies working on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They used to have 3, and then now they only have 2. So
I don't understand why they need that many.
3-year dev time, so they can push them out every year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So when it used to be, when like Infinity Ward would make a game, and then next year, who's the fuck's the other company that works on Call of Duty?
Activision?
No. Is it?
I know what you're talking about because
Treyarch?
Yeah. Treyarch. There we go.
yeah, because Black Ops and Modern Warfare were 2 separate companies.
Yeah, and then they had like another one by like a smaller team, like a Sledgehammer Games, making a third one, and
Yep.
then they would just kind of rotate. So the games would have 3-year dev cycles.
Yep, you're right. I forgot about that.
But you would still have a Call of Duty coming out every year.
So in theory, this should realistically be a Black Ops year.
Mhm.
So, but
Black Ops Remaster? Woo woo. I think
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen.
I think so too. I think it will be I think it'll be a remake of the first Black Ops game.
Yeah, kind
So-
of. They give it the Modern Warfare treatment.
But who knows? Who knows what'll happen? We'll see. I don't see Modern Warfare going away anytime soon. So
Yeah, I give it a few months. I give it until November.
I feel
And
like
they
they're
forget about
hoping it has the GTA 5 effect, where it's been years where they keep developing. I don't think it'll last that long, but
No, it like I said, it has until November, and then it's done, because that's how Activision works. Now
Yeah.
Warzone might be around for a few years, but since it's its own self-contained game,
yeah.
But I mean, we kind of thought the same thing with Black Ops 4. That they're
Yeah.
they're just gonna keep adding to this one.
Yeah.
Oh no, Modern Warfare came out.
Yeah, that's
All right,
true.
fuck. So this year, they're done after, I would say, August.
Yeah, because we started doing this. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it wasn't even a year between 4 and Modern Warfare. It was like 7 months, wasn't it? Or something
No, it was
like that.
like 11,
Wasn't
11
okay.
or 10 months.
Maybe. Yeah, that's true. So we'll see what happens. We'll know more information as the months come. I guess we'll have to wait to see when all these companies do their directs, because I would assume at that point Activision will have more news on what they're doing.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sure they will.
I don't doubt it. Next thing I have up is a little update coming from Pixar, and they're pretty much their render engine behind it. So there's been an update to their RenderMan XPU, which is pretty much their baby with NVIDIA, which is a GPU and CPU put together specifically for handling projects that would require a mix of CPU and GPU capabilities. Big thing that they pointed out is scalability and ray tracing. So how do I put it? You could have massive scenes with light individually put to every single object, and it's handled by every individual object compared to the scene itself handling the light. So expect to see real-time ray tracing in Pixar movies. It's pretty wild. I don't really want to go too far into it because it gets kind of nerdy.
Basically, they're gonna look phenomenal.
Yeah, it's gonna look so good. Like just how the light works out, like sound, just the general experience is gonna be fantastic.
That's awesome.
Next thing up, also from NVIDIA, is their DLSS 2.0, which is their deep learning super sampling. pretty much what it means is the game is submitted to NVIDIA during development, that NVIDIA goes through the game and figures out every possible aspect, viewpoint, everything about the game, and then collects 1080p and 4K images of exactly the same thing. And then it uses a neural network to train what it's supposed to see, and then it provides anti-aliasing and super samples that up to 4K. So what that means in layman's terms is that they're able to upscale 1080p to 4K looking content, or like 720p to 1080p content without like any kind of processing power. Like obviously they need processing power, but a lot less compared to traditional raster or shading based processing.
That'd be cool.
So as of right now, I believe there's only 4 games supported for this sort of thing, but you're going to see a lot faster processing whenever it comes to just general frame rates and that sort of thing in general. It's pretty wild seeing the technology change.
Oh yeah.
Also coming up with AI, some dude decided to recreate a full episode of Star Trek, Season 6, Episode 4. He upscaled the entire thing using AI, turning it to 4K, and it looks gorgeous. So I'll take a look into that if you have it. And that's all that I got for news this week. Besides Nintendo stuff.
So for
We have a lot of Nintendo stuff, that's for damn sure.
yeah. So for myself, a lot of people have been playing a lot of video games right now. A lot. So it has been reported over the last week and a half, over 10 million hours have been played, watching, or playing video games every day over the last 2 weeks. 10 million hours.
Does not surprise me.
Combined total worldwide. Unreal.
But I'm sure that also especially helps things like with ESPN not having anything to fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing a lot of like esports stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, people have been coming out of the woodworks to play some video games because they don't want to go outside, which is awesome. The World Health Organization actually has come out and stated that they encourage people to play video games during this time. Yes, the World Health Organization, biggest company in the world.
But social distancing isn't enough.
Yeah.
Remember that. But
So-
social distance, though, but it's not enough. Just
Nope.
do it, but don't.
Exactly.
It's useless. The who kind of, I don't like them.
But just remember, though.
They say one thing and then they immediately say something else, and then they say something else, and then they say something else. It's like, fuck.
But just remember, though, anyone who says you'll never get anywhere by playing video games, like, look at me now.
Let me tell you, right now is the perfect time for esports to really legitimize themselves.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They are getting the screen time on national television. More eyes are on them, so it's definitely something that they need to try to take hold and show the world that, hey, this isn't just some fad. It's a legitimate organization.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. So yeah, it's honestly a perfect time to get into something. If you want to start streaming, you're at home. No better time than right now to practice, learn, to do it all, because the sky's the limit when it comes to this opportunity. So take the opportunities, 100%. 100%. So Final Fantasy VII news. Couple different things, actually, Final Fantasy VII. So one, Square Enix is acknowledging the fact that a lot of companies, unfortunately, have pre-shipped the game. One, they essentially broke the street date of the launch of this game. One, because...
So stay away from the internet for a bit.
Yes. Square Enix has acknowledged it and are not punishing the companies that are doing so. The companies that came out and said that they are, and the majority of it's Europe and Australia, have pre-released the game because they want to make sure that people can get the game on time, so that without any delays. which means a lot of people unfortunately already got the game because it was pre-shipped. They did not expect the game to be sent out this early due to all the restrictions, but it has. And now there's nothing Square can do, but they said they're not going to punish, but they ask everyone who is playing the game who got it early to not release spoilers of the game. Please be respectful.
You look on Twitter, and then someone like spoils everything.
Yep.
All the cool shit, and you're just like, well, fuck me.
Yep.
Get that blacklist ready, boys.
Yeah.
Get that blacklist ready on Twitter.
So, with that also being said, Final Fantasy VII Remake will include endgame content. So, what that means is, during an interview, the co-director of the game has acknowledged the size and everything that has been involved in this. So, the original Midgar takes 5 to 8 hours to beat, roughly. So, very small portion. In the Final Fantasy VII Remake, it will take 40 hours. So, they have taken sectors of the game and amplified them, making this a standalone game, as well as many of the objectives in this will be expanded on to fill in the gaps. So a lot of times spent in certain areas, you'll be spending way more time there to make everything way more involved. It's beyond the original scope of Midgar. They have expanded the entire city, making it very explorable and very accessible, just like you would any other city. So, which is absolutely phenomenal. So that's going to be crazy, crazy, crazy big. It is not clear how many games will be and at what the length of each game. They did say that there will be endgame content in this game, which basically means that they will they basically are going to lead into the next area. So anytime you beat one game, there's going to be stuff that ends that disc that basically entices you to buy it. You're going to buy it anyways because you want to keep playing the game.
Yeah.
But there's going to be stuff that allows you to keep advancing to know what's going to happen. So it just doesn't shut off. So, which is nice.
I'm just curious on what they're going to do once you get like the next disc, the next game. Will things like items and levels and stuff transfer over to the next one? I would assume so, at least the items. But do you start back when you get into the new area, the new game? Do you start back at level 1, or can
it's
you
a whole nother game
through everything?
I don't know, because there's gonna be that people that go to level 99 before they leave the first area, like that one guy does. Yeah, does he get to keep the level 99 for the next 5 games?
Yeah, and then do they up the level cap to like 199?
Yeah, maybe. That's an interesting one. I don't know. He also did cover the controversial exclusion of Red 13 as a playable character. The co-director said he will be playable in guest capacities, meaning that he will have limited interaction for you to be able to play, unless absolutely essential to the story. With that being said, it does not mean you will not be able to play him in future entries.
Yeah, because he's not really, as a person who has Final Fantasy VII fresh in his mind, he's not, in Disc 1, he's not really too much of a character yet.
You more just find him.
Yeah, you find him, and he's like, hey, I want to hang out with you guys. And you're like, all right, come on, Weed 420.
So, the director said, just because he's not fully playable here doesn't mean he won't be in the future. So I'm assuming when it gets further into the open world area that you'll be able to swap in and out whoever you want and play as them all.
Yeah, because Red 13 shows up like right at the end of Disc 1.
Yeah.
Like right at the end.
Yeah, and then you essentially leave the tower and then everything explodes and boom, you move on.
And then that's the end of Disc 1.
Yep.
You have that motorcycle chase and it's over.
So with that, speaking of Final Fantasy 14 has a stipulation that at 30 days after building a house, you'll be notified that so you build the house, you don't play the game for 30 days. On that 30-day mark, you get notified, hey, you have 15 days to log into the game. Basically, kind of like what Ark in some cases does, where they will then demolish your house after 45 days of inactivity. Because obviously to free up space, if someone hasn't played the game in 45 days, they're not going to leave your giant building there, standing there, without it being utilized. With that, because of Dave, they have come out and announced that they will not be demolishing houses temporarily until this is all over, because they understand that some people may not be able to play and are going to take that into consideration, and they were freezing the policy that your house will be demolished after 45 days of inactivity. So they won't evict you because of Dave, which is nice of them.
More than what we can say about a lot of places in the real world.
Yeah, unfortunately. PS5 and Xbox Series X news. Warframe is coming. Warframe, for those who haven't played it, I don't really know how to explain it. James, you can explain that.
So
it's going to be made for the PS5 and Series. It's the same game, it's just going to be made for it. It's going to be made for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So Warframe is a co-op MMO where you play as ninjas and you do like flippy shit.
I like it. Yeah, the reason being, at the end of 2019, 57.5 million people have registered to play that game.
Warframe's really good. So
because of that, they have decided that they will release it for PS5 and Series X to meet the market. It is the most popular free-to-game play in the world, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And they will continue to develop it and make it for the new generation consoles to make it meet the standards as well as make it look good.
Yeah, it's funny because that was a launch title for the PS4. Warframe. Boy, did it suck back then.
I remember you saying that it was awful.
Game. It was a trash game back in 2013. Horrible. But then, 2017 hit, and it's like, hey, this is good.
Yeah, no, so they're going to keep going. They're going to keep it up. People are still playing it, so they were able to revamp it and keep it going. Currently, the game is worth $31 million, which is awesome.
It's
for being
crazy.
A free-to-play game.
It's crazy that the company that made the latest Star Trek video game and Dark Sector made one of the most popular free-to-play games and one of the most popular or profitable free-to-play games.
I know, so it's like Fortnite too, so that's awesome. People are able to take these free-to-play games and just ride with it.
Their community manager's really cool too. She's a huge JoJo fan, so I can't knock her for that.
Piggybacking off the Call of Duty talk earlier, they have released a big update. Obviously, part of that update will take effect within the next couple days, with Modern Warfare 2 being semi-integrated into it, but not really, but close. So with that, they have added a 6v6 squad play.
Squad?
So you want to do gunfight, where it's like the 2v2, 3v3.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can do 6v6. Yeah. In a medium-sized map, a 6v6 version of that.
Huh.
Yeah.
That sounds like a clusterfuck.
Yeah. They said the map is big enough.
Fun at all.
They say the map is big enough to make it comfortable and to utilize all the resources. So it's not like you're just super jam-packed. With that, later in the month, they will be releasing quads for
quads.
Yeah, for the new Battle Royale mode. I'm losing my mind. I can't think what it's called. Warzone. I keep wanting to say Warframe. I'm like, Not Warframe.
That's what I thought you were gonna say when you said Warframe. I'm like, is he talking about Warzone?
I know. Yeah, I know. Separate things. Yeah, no. Warzone. Later in the month, they will be releasing the squad mode, and as well as the highly anticipated 250-person battle royal is expected to be available by June.
Wow.
They were doing that to anticipate the 4v4, the 4-person squads instead of 3.
Power of money.
Exactly. Next big thing. I'm gonna take that out because I don't know what it is. What's
What is it?
Steam
I
World?
might know. Steam World, like Steam World Dig?
Steam World game. I don't know what that is. Steam
I mean, I
World
know what
series.
Steam World Dig.
I don't know.
What Steam World Dig is.
Steam.
It's like a Spelunky game.
Steam World Quest. I don't know what it is.
No idea.
Yeah, never mind.
Not a singular clue.
Oh, it is Steam World Dig. Yeah.
Hey.
Steam World Dig, Steam World Quest, Hand of Gilgamesh. They're making a new Steam World game, but you won't be able to play it for some time. That was all the news that they said. Yeah, that's all the news they had. That a game is coming, but they don't know when. So there's that. Resident Evil 3. How long is it? You want to know, James?
Probably like 15 hours.
For a standard run in RE3, they are quoting
10.
6 hours.
Okay.
If you want to do a full 100% run, 11.
Yeah, that's about right.
So it doesn't seem that seems actually really short.
No, that's about average for a Resident Evil game. Yeah, because like RE2 remake, think I beat in like 5 hours or so. 6 hours, and that was me fucking around a lot.
So no, that's true. But yeah, that so that's not bad. Not bad at all. So we talked about it last week that DBZ is coming out with an expansion. So now we have a little bit more news and what exactly it's going to be a part of. Hang on a second.
It's probably going to be trash like the rest of the game. Absolute garbo. 0 out of 10 would not recommend.
So, the first DLC is called A New Power Awakens. It continues the adventure after DBZ introducing new characters in the storyline from Super. You will be able to face off against Beerus. You will train with Whis, as well as other characters from the first saga of DBS. You will be able to become Super Saiyan God and use that throughout the whole entire world.
So really, all you get, like, the only 2 people that are new is Whis and Beerus.
Exactly. And the Super Saiyan God form.
That's not a character, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a power-up. That's transformation. But yeah, Whis and Beerus, that's all that they've added. Neat. Cool. Give me. I will happily pay $70 or $60 for this shit.
But yeah, that is expected to be released in the next couple weeks. It is unclear when Part 2 will arrive, but it is said that it will circle around Super Saiyan Blue.
So it's just going to be the second movie.
Yep. So who knows how long they will do this? And I don't know, maybe they'll put the whole entire DBS into this game. I don't know if they'll go in that.
I would just play the Future Trunks arc. That's it.
That's true.
The Goku Black. And I hope they say, "Don't shoot, this man isn't black."
That actually would actually be a pretty interesting to play. So
I'm just disappointed in the base game we didn't get to roam around for a little bit in Future Town, Trunks' future.
Yeah, when he went back and faced Cell.
Or no, before he came over.
Oh yeah.
Back when he was with the androids, like just fighting the androids. Or no, when he was fighting the androids after coming back and icing some fools before they found out about Cell.
Oh yeah, when
And then
he had to go in there and he had to kick all their asses.
Yeah. Or like, because I just want to see like Future Gohan. Future Gohan's so cool. One-armed Future Gohan just wrecking shit.
Yeah, because they didn't like the Budokai Tenkaichi games. They had a version of him. It was one arm, right?
Yep. 3 had it. 2 or 3 had it.
Yeah, because he was half health.
Yeah.
I remember that. You
But
unlocked
he
him.
was so OP.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool. So that's coming. So kudos to you, Dragon Ball.
No.
Escape from Tarkov is finally accepting pre-orders, which means that game is ending beta.
Hold on, isn't that game out?
Yeah, you have to buy the game in full, and it unlocks what is considered the beta, and then you can play it.
So then where's the pre-orders come in?
To get the actual game, like a hard copy.
Like an actual physical copy
Like
of
to
the
get a
game.
physical copy, yeah. They're finally
But it's
starting.
only on PC.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
no one buys physical PC games anymore.
No, they don't. No, not at all. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense why they're doing this. But people are getting emails letting them know that despite it still being early access, we have seen our numbers increase, and we will be soon shipping the pre-orders of the game out to you to have the physical copy.
So wait, hold the phone there, Chief. They sent out emails to people who bought the game,
Who already have it.
who already have it,
That they're
saying that you can pre-order the physical version.
Well, no.
Of the game you already own.
You had to pre-order the game to get the beta, which is the full game.
Okay.
So you pre-ordered Escape from Tarkov.
Yes.
They gave you the game, a digital version of the game.
Yes.
But you still pre-ordered it. There's different levels. There's a 40 to 140 level to pre-orders. It's like the deluxe, blah, 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 blah. And it comes with different shit. So now they are starting to slowly take it out of beta, so they're going to actually send you the actual physical copy of the game, which is completely pointless because people already have the game.
Yeah, so you had to pre-order the game. You pre-ordered the physical version of the game.
Yep.
And you got the game digitally.
Exactly.
And then they're going to send you the physical game.
Yeah.
They're going to send you...
Months.
They're going to send you a clamshell.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah, the game, the Escape from Tarkov, the game it's confusing as shit. Like,
I'm so confused.
Yeah. No, it doesn't make any sense because usually games in beta, you don't pay full price to unlock a beta. This game you did. You had to pay the full price to unlock the beta.
You pay $60 for that shit.
Yeah. And people did. A lot of people did, actually. But...
What was that one game that took like 12 or 20 years to develop? That made like a shit ton of money.
Duke Nukem Forever? I don't know.
It's-
Star
it-
Citizen?
Yeah, Star Citizen.
That's never coming out?
Yeah, I mean, whenever that was first announced, I think that was like 60 or $100.
Yeah. And then they have ships that are thousands of dollars. That game's never coming out. Mark my words. It will never fully come out. It's been in alpha for years.
That is true. It's like Duke Nukem Forever. That game was never supposed to release either.
It's like Super Meat Boy Forever. That game hasn't been coming. They keep saying every GDQ, they always do a thing. It's like, hey, Super Meat Boy Forever sponsoring this, and they always show an ad. It's like, hey, it's coming this year, and then it doesn't come out this year. And then it's like, hey, they've sponsored Games Done Quick for the past like 5 fucking years. The one Super Meat Boy Forever, it's like 4 years or so. And it still hasn't come out. And then this past one, it goes Super Meat Boy Forever coming out eventually.
I like it. Oh, I forgot to also bring up that I watched The Tiger King. If you haven't seen it on Netflix, go ahead and see it.
King.
It's a very interesting fucking show. I won't go into it, but so. Speaking of the reason why I just brought that up, because remember how I talked about how the FBI is getting back involved with this? It was just posted on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Yahoo.com, that the police department that was involved in the case has now reopened the case and is asking all of the people that Netflix interviewed. They're at bringing them in for questioning as to information they have on the disappearance of Carol Baskett's husband. So good old Netflix helping solve murders and disappearances of people's husbands.
Star Citizen made $50 million in revenue last month.
How?
Fucking wild.
And that game's still not coming out.
How does it make that much
Ridiculous.
money and the game's not out?
Because apparently it has 2.5 million people playing it concurrently.
It's
Which
an
doesn't
alpha.
make any sense to me.
What's the game?
Star
Star
Citizen.
Citizen?
Can you play it or no? Is
Yeah,
it in
you
beta?
play it.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
it's
either-
expensive as shit.
Yeah, it's either in late alpha or early beta. Early to mid beta.
And they won't release an actual version of it.
Yeah, they say
keep
it's not
adding
done
stuff.
yet.
It's like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the game Yandere Simulator.
I'm not.
Okay, so it's a game where you play as a yandere, a schoolgirl, and you have to murder other schoolgirls to get senpai to notice you. Completely banned on Twitch.
You know, it's day in the
but-
life.
The game, it's becoming a running joke. One, Yandere dev, the guy who makes it, is a fucking piece of shit. One. And two, it's a running joke amongst the community that it still hasn't left alpha. I've seen pictures of like a fish with legs, and it goes, species are evolving and Yandere Simulator still hasn't left alpha. Let me see, because I know Star Citizen was like the first Kickstarter success story. Like,
Yeah,
Star Citizen was the one that got the ball rolling for game devs to say, hey, we can make a lot of fucking money on Kickstarter.
It's Alpha 3.8.
It's still in fucking alpha. This the development of the game began in 2011, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and they're making that much money. Like, on average, over the last, I want to say year, they make like 30 or so million in revenue. So, like, this is prior to expenses, but this is just how much money they're taking from people.
Yeah,
Still pretty hot.
it raised, led by the director Chris Roberts, has been the mostly financed from a large private crowdfunding campaign, over, 250 million US dollars.
Yeah, it's ridiculous for being an indie game.
Yeah.
I can pledge to them right now by buying their merchandise.
Okay.
If you want to support it at all, I would just say buy the game at that point instead of buying their merchandise. Like, buy it and let us know how it is.
Yeah, let's see. It made
How much is it?
$45 is the base.
All right, how many followers do we have?
like 2,000 some.
It's like if we hit 2,300, I'll buy a Star Citizen.
Do it.
How much is it?
$45.
$45 for
Like,
an alpha
that's-
build of a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
There is different
Really?
packages that start at $45 for the starter pack, upwards to $1,100 for their elite package. That gives you the UEE exploration ship.
I'm good.
That's insane. I guarantee people bought this as well.
Oh yeah, no, there are a lot of people that bought it. Bought the stupid expensive edition. I have a buddy who plays Star Citizen, and he's like, I have thrown so much money into this fucking game.
That's wild.
I don't know. Like, it looks good, but like it's just been out for so long, and everybody just talks shit on it.
It's still not out of alpha.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been 8 fucking years.
But like, look how long fucking
Or
Minecraft
9
was in
years.
beta and alpha. That was
Yeah, but Minecraft in itself is a way more simplistic game.
that's true.
That is very true.
So imagine doing that, but with a game that even AAA publishers would be like, "Oof, this is a big thing. This is a lot on your plate."
And they
By
have
an indie team.
a Comic-Con too. It's called Citizen Con. It
Mhm.
takes place this October 2020. Jesus Christ. That's
It's like-
insane.
It's like EVE Online. It's a lot of people are into it. A lot of people really, really get into it.
I played Eve for a bit. Way
See,
too
I'm o-
expensive to
I'm
really
in
get
tr-
into.
I'm intrigued by the events that happen in EVE.
The
Like,
stories are ridiculous. That's
they
the best
are.
part.
Like the political backstabbing in it and the coups that happen amongst these large federations. It's fucking nuts. And the corporate espionage. Corporate fucking espionage in my space game. And it's not the story. That's the players doing that.
Yep.
God,
Fucking
I would
hilarious.
love to. I would watch like a full like 12 episode series on like Netflix or Amazon or fuck even HBO. That's just in-depth looks at the EVE Online, the big events that happened in EVE Online.
Well, well, that's all I got for those. So let's get into some Nintendo Secret Direct, and
well,
then
let's
the
we'll save
35th
that for
anniversary of Mario.
let's do the Mario thing first because the Nintendo Direct is fucking long.
Let's do it.
Like I said, it is like 7 goddamn pages of notes. All right, so Mario turns 35 this year.
Sure does.
Nice.
He's old. He's an old man. He's getting ready. He's getting ready, you know, to have his midlife crisis soon. He's probably already purchased a house. Probably got a kid or two, you know. So, what is Nintendo going to do for Mario's 35th anniversary? Well, apparently, according to the Video Game Chronicles, and also Eurogamer, they say that Nintendo is working on making a few different things. So one of the things is a new installment of the Paper Mario series and a deluxe version of 2013's Super Mario 3D World. Another thing they are also looking at is remasters of 1997's Super Mario 64, 2002's Super Mario Sunshine, and 2007's Super Mario Galaxy. So really, they have the 3 pinnacles of 3D Mario that they're planning on remastering and re-releasing, and then making a new installment on one of the most niche and dedicated group of Mario fans, and a deluxe version of Super Mario 3D World. You're muted.
I'd say yeah, no, that'll be huge. That'll be awesome. I'm excited
I mean,
to see what they do. September,
I would be
baby.
interested. I would be interested what they would add to things like Mario 64. I wonder if they're going to do what they did with the the DS version, where they, you know, is it going to be just the base game, or is it going to be worked off of the DS version where you have the multiple characters?
Possible.
Mhm.
That's hard to say. I'm excited to see what happens.
And all of them coming out for the 3DS.
Do you have any news besides that, Mark? I have a list of Mario stuff here really quick.
For me, Nintendo shuts down a Kickstarter campaign. A person was advertising a product as a cute animal pattern passport
Oh,
cover
yeah,
for your
that.
new adventure, crossing the horizons. And they apparently made around 34,000 euros from it before Nintendo did a DMC request. or DMCA.
And yet they're
request.
not yelling at the people on eBay selling 12 million bells for $20 USD. Or here's a stack of 30 iron nuggets for $2.
That's a lot.
They're not going after those people.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Next thing up is Nintendo and Animal Crossing. A lot of people are review bombing it on Metacritic for not allowing multiple islands on a single Switch. So if you're the second player, apparently your experience is a lot. Apparently, it just doesn't really exist.
Yeah,
like
if
every-
you're
Go ahead.
yeah, if you're like because you can have up to 8 people on, you can have up to 8 accounts on one island. So yeah, it sucks for people who have to share like a Switch with, a significant other, little brother, sister, that kind of stuff, parents, children. It sucks for that. Because
Yeah,
you can't
apparently-
just have different saves.
Yeah, apparently the main character does all of the actual story-based things. So like building other people's houses, building bridges. Like if the second player or any of the other players try to do it, then it just says, "Oh, you should ask the first player and let them and to figure out what you have to do, how to help them," and that's pretty much it.
Mhm.
So they don't really have too much of a story there.
No.
Yeah, not a lot of players aren't too happy with it, so they'll enjoy the game and they'll still give a 0 on Metacritic because it's just how the internet
Asses.
works.
Yep, that's how the internet works.
Last thing up, it's not with Nintendo, but if you want to join our folding at home team, it's team 240768. Yeah, got 1 million points since we started it,
Nice.
and to join.
Is that a lot?
Not in the big scheme of things, but like,
Every bit helps.
yeah, we as a team we've done 88 work units and
Nice.
get certificates for it. So join
Nice.
up.
Should we print out those certificates once we make a centralized office?
Yeah, we'll
we
have
should
them
just
hung up everywhere.
yeah.
You got anything else, Mark?
That's all I got.
And so, with the 35th anniversary coming up, Nintendo has released the top 10 best Super Mario games. And so,
Very-
why not a better time now than releasing the one we're already talking about them? So, number 10, Super Mario Bros. 2.
Now, which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the Japanese Super Mario Bros. 2 or the American Super Mario Bros. 2? Because those are two completely different games.
Let's see what we got here.
Is there any screenshots?
No, but it says, notoriously, it was rebranded, slightly altered version of the game
we
that
go.
was already out in Japan at the time, called Doki Panic or whatever.
Doki Panic. Yeah, so the US version of Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yes,
All right.
is what that is. Number 9, Super Mario Land. Super Mario
That's right.
Land is an excellent standalone Mario game that took the concept of the original NES and created something entirely new.
That was the one on the Game Boy.
Yep. Number 8, Super Mario 3D World.
Really?
Yes.
It's an interesting choice.
Let's see what we got here. Basically a nod to Super Mario Bros. 2, as you can play Mario, Luigi, Peach, or Toad.
Where are you reading this off of this list?
This is on Yahoo.com.
Okay.
Actually, it wasn't from Nintendo. Business Insider is the one who made the list.
Okay.
Sorry,
Good
not
old Business
Nintendo.
Insider. When I want my gaming news, I go to Business Insider.
So, number 7, Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Oh, Galaxy 2 is fantastic.
Never played it.
It's one of the few games where the original was perfect, the second one made it more perfect.
I know a lot of people loved it. Number 6, new Super Mario Bros.
Okay.
This
I can see
was
that.
there's also the new Super Mario Bros. U, the sequel to the DS original. But this is for the DS one though.
Yep. It was a real milestone because it was the first 2D Mario Nintendo made in forever.
Yep. So yeah, that was. I remember that game. That was huge. Number
Yeah.
5, Super Mario 64.
That's only number 5.
Yes.
The game that defined 3D platforming.
Yep. So number 4, Super Mario Odyssey.
Odyssey's really good. I love Odyssey. It's my favorite Mario game.
Now, a lot of people consider this one of their top 5 favorite games of all time.
Damn, I need to play more Mario games.
Yep.
I'll let you borrow Odyssey, Mark. Once we're allowed to leave the house, I'll let you borrow.
A lot of people
Odyssey.
too consider that one of the like Super Mario Odyssey to be the best game ever made. In some lists.
It's
some
definitely
lists.
not that.
No, I know, but in some lists though, it is number 1.
I know a lot of people liked it.
Number 3, my personal favorite, Super Mario Bros. 3.
Mario Bros. 3 is solid. It's
So-
the best of the originals, in my opinion.
So that was my favorite Super Mario Brothers game out of all of them. Number 2, the OG Super Mario Bros.
All right, do you know what number 1 is?
I do now.
Okay. I'm going to guess Super Mario World.
So, yeah, with number 1, James is correct. Number 1, best Mario game of all time according to Business Insider, Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm. World
one-
is a masterpiece when it comes to 2D platforming.
Yes. It's
Nothing
still
beats
considered
it.
one of the greatest games of all time. One of the greatest Super Mario Bros. Ever made, and one of the greatest games ever made. Depending on who you ask. One of them, not the best one, but one of them. Super Mario World was a defining factor in that genre, more or less. It changed a lot of things. It was good.
Yeah, I will go out and say that it is the best platforming game, the best 2D platformer ever made.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's all I have. And now we have a good old Nintendo Direct. So what do we got, James?
So Nintendo decided to be a little shyster
Yeah, they did.
and announced that they were going to have a Nintendo Direct Mini literally hours before they actually showed that the Nintendo Direct Mini. I think I looked on Twitter, and 3 hours before it started, they're like, "Hey, we're having a Nintendo Direct tonight." I'm like, "Sweet, thanks for letting me know." So it started off saying that the release dates and everything are subject to change due to Dave, and that their hearts go out to the people affected by Dave. First thing that they show off is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. It is a remaster of the game on the Wii, which has been notorious for being stupid expensive to the point where GameStop, our favorite company in the world, would get new copies of the game, open them up, and sell them for more pre-owned. Because fuck you. Evil robots in it, Star Shulk, and they didn't change the terrible voice acting, which I appreciate. That's coming out May 29th. And then they also are adding a new epilogue called Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected as well with that. It's going to have better UI. Some music is going to be re-recorded. You could pre-purchase it now. And they're also coming out with a limited edition that includes a 250-page art book as well. The next thing they talked about was 2K Heart Switch. So everyone's jumping on the boat to the Nintendo Switch. Everyone is putting a lot of their older games on the Switch to get a little bit more money out of it. 2K is not an exception. They announced the BioShock collection is coming to the Switch. That includes BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite. or 1, 2, and I'll show you a fucking infinite. Borderlands Legacy Collection, which is Borderlands 1, 2, the pre-sequel and DLC, and the XCOM collection, the XCOM 2 collection, which is XCOM 2 and the DLC. That is also coming out on the 29th of May. I wish Nate was here because I would like to talk to him about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. It's a new expansion pass. It's Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom, and there's a white Doctor Doom that I didn't know about, so I would love to have picked his brain about that. Shinseki Into the Depths is a new game coming out. Actually, scratch that. That is out. You are the last member of a human race after the world has been submerged in water. It's a 2D underwater exploration game. Pretty much, you remember in Sonic the Hedgehog, those underwater levels that gave you so much tension because you had to go find air bubbles and you would hear the music start going crazy after a while when you're about to drown.
Yep.
That's what you have to do in the entire game. So you have to go run around and be careful of your air, collect more air, and be careful of the pressure. It's going to have a time attack mode. It's going to have a jukebox mode that lets you remix the music, and it's available right now.
That white Doctor Doom, by the way, with the white outfit, is from the future.
Okay.
He comes from
Good
the
enough.
future to basically correct the past. So that's what that is. The future Doctor Doom, and he wears the white costume.
Oh, that's cool. Animal Crossing New Horizon update. Zipper, our friendly neighborhood bunny, is going to visit your island on Bunny Day. Bunny Day is between April 1st and 12th. And what Bunny Day is basically just Easter. You're going to get new egg-themed items, and another free update will be coming later on in April. Good job. A game that I forgot to mention that I played this week. It's a puzzle game where you work for your dad's company. You have to do different jobs. Some of the things include, oh, hey, you got to set up this projector or get the workers back into their spots, like get them back to work. It's an absolute clusterfuck, and I love it. One of the things that you can do to like get the projector back in place is, hey, there's a projector that's plugged in over here, but it's got to get to a room all the way on the other side of the room. It's got to get into a little office space. So you could carefully just snake it around the different office sections and try not to break anything, or you could just, plug a power cable into a wall, use that as a like pulley, and just yeet the projector through some walls, causing massive amounts of damage right into the spot. It's fun. It's a little jank, but I like it. It's available now.
I like it.
Oh shit!
Catherine Full Body got announced coming out for the Nintendo Switch. It's a remake of the 360 and PS3 game. It's a puzzle game for those who don't know. You get to choose if you want to fuck Catherine, or Catherine. Play it. It's really good. It's coming out July 7th. Oh, wait. It's Catherine with a C, Catherine with a K, or Catherine with a Q. New stuff coming to Ring Fit Adventure. They're adding a rhythm game mode and an arms and legs mode. It's going to add... There's an arms and legs mode in the rhythm game mode. Basically, it's just like DDR, but you got to move your body.
Go.
17 music tracks featuring songs from Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and Splatoon 2.
Nice.
Another thing that you're going to be able to do is that you can change your companion ring's voice. You can change it to a female option, and you could choose the different languages.
I like it.
Jogging option is also now available. All that stuff is all available now. They talked about King's Bounty 2, which is a tactical RPG. It's a sequel to the popular King's Bounty game that I've never heard of. Apparently, it's going to have a new character development system, and it's coming out in 2020. Then they had a shocking announcement talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. A character from ARMS is joining the fight. We don't know who, but it's coming in June.
That's the last one.
No, this is the first character of Fighter Pass 2.
Oh yeah, the first character of the last fighter
Yep.
pass.
Along with that, they said that ARMS game trial starts today until April 6th. ARMS is really fun. I also played a little bit of that this week. It's their fighting game where you use the Joy-Cons to punch and think of Wii boxing, except a little bit more fleshed out. Bravely Default 2, they talked more about that. They gave us more information on that. You wash up on an island. There's 4 heroes. Takes place on the continent of Excellent. The hero is Seth, who's a young sailor. Gloria is a princess ran out of her home by evildoers. Elvis is a traveling scholar. Also, he's Scottish. And Adele, who is a mercenary. Big bads are asterisks holders. There we go. That word, holders. Those things can change people's jobs. So just like in old style RPGs, like the original Final Fantasies and that kind of stuff, you had jobs instead of classes. This can let you, using these asterisks, they let you change your jobs to like thief, warrior, black mage, white mage, red mage, white mage. And what's cool is that you can combine the jobs too, which is neat to give it a little bit more customization, a little bit more freedom to make the character that you want to. The big thing about Bravely Default is that you get Brave points, which gives people more actions per turn. And then you also have your default style, which guards but gives you more battle points. Demo is out now, and it's coming out sometime in 2020.
Nice.
They announced the game that we have all been waiting for.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Clubhouse Games Worldwide Classics.
I like it.
All right.
Damn time.
Yeah, I know, right? We've been waiting for this for years. They've been teasing it around the rumor mill, but man, it's finally coming out. Let me tell you, though, real quick before I move on. This dude, whoever was narrating the direct, he rattled these games off so goddamn fast. I had to pause the video at least 40 times.
Really?
To get them all. All right, let's see if I can do it. We have Backgammon, Solitaire, Air Hockey, Hanafuda, Mancala, Renegade, Checkers, President, Dominoes, Speed, Hare and Hounds, Blackjack, 4 in a row, which is just Connect 4, Chess, Shogi, Mini Shogi, Ludo, Richi Mahjong, Sevens. Please stop, I can't take any more. So many games. Golf, Dart, Texas Hold'em, 9 Men's Morris. The fuck is that? War, Karam, Chinese Checkers, Yacht Dice. My dude's just firing these out. Takoyaki, that's just fucking food, my guy. Billiards, Hex, Spider Solitaire, Gomoku, Matching, Bowling. Why is this Wii Sports? Shooting Gallery, Slot Cars, Dots and Boxes, Hit and Blow, Pig's Tail. Okay, you're just making some of these up. Mahjong Solitaire, Last Card, Fishing, Klondike Solitaire, Toy Tennis, Toy Soccer, Toy Curling, Toy Boxing, Toy Basketball, or Toy Baseball, sorry. Battle Tanks, Team Tanks, Sliding Puzzles. The fuck is that? Or fuck that. 6-ball puzzle. 51 games, local and online multiplayer, June 5th, pre-purchase today. Woo!
I like it.
Dude was just rattling these off. Like 51 games, telling you about 51 games in like a matter of like 3 minutes. It's like, how the fuck do you manage to do that, guy? Next was Ninjala. It's an online ninja battle game. You can wall run. You chew ninja bubblegum. You can disguise yourself. It's got hammers, katanas, yo-yos, 4v4 action or free-for-all. Coming out May 27th, and it is free to play. Jedi Knight Jedi Academy is available right now on the Nintendo Switch, and it is including the 16-player multiplayer.
It's on
With Star Wars...
PS4 too, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
But can you take that on the go?
No.
No, you can't. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is also coming soon. Panzer Dragoon Remastered is out today, so today you don't have any reason to buy a Sega Saturn anymore. All right, let's get to my favorite part, the lightning round. All right, we got Trials of Mana, which is an action RPG coming out April 24th. We got Fuser is coming out fall. It's a music rhythm game. Elder Scrolls Blades coming out this spring. Warhammer 40k Mechicus coming out May. It's top-down strategy game. Vigor, closed beta starts April 9th. Battle Royale. Burnout Paradise Remastered, coming out in 2020. Saints Row 4 Remastered, out now. Legends of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel 3, June 30th. Demo out now. Turn-based RPG. Mr. Driller Drill Land, June 25th. Puzzle game. Minecraft Dungeon, Spring, Isometric Dungeon Crawler. And that was the for the lightning round. Okay. They talked more. They didn't really talk more about the Pokemon Expansion Pass Part 2, the Isle of Armor. Kind of reiterated what was already available, what they already said about it. Yeah, you got a Pokemon named Kubfu, and he can learn different styles. And there's new Gigantamax forms for your starter Pokemon. If you have the water guy, the guy just sits on top of. I don't want to make that joke. He just sits on top with like a sniper rifle and just pops the other player in the face. New outfits, new league card. It's coming out in the end of June. You can get a Leon outfit for buying it early. And that's how they ended the Nintendo Direct.
Boom. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
The mini Direct.
Everything you need to know.
Fucking more notes for the mini Direct than I have the past few Directs. 30 minutes. 30 minutes for this Direct. Oy, hey.
What a bunch of shits.
Mini my ass.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, thank you for that, man. And that's all the news I think we have. I think we do some releases, and we call it a podcast. It's an early one, boys.
It is an early one. Let me go up to releases.com. Let's load up releases.com.
Bump it up, bump, 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 bump.
All games. So we have until what? Like April
4th.
4th? All right. So tomorrow, Bubble Bobble for Friends comes out for the Switch on the 31st. Creatures in the Wall comes out for the PS4. Persona 5 Royale comes out for the PS4. Operencia the Stolen Sun comes out for the PS4 and Switch on the 31st. Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord comes out for the PC on the 31st. The Complex comes out for the Xbox One. Treachery in Beach Town comes out for the PC on the 31st. Curious Expedition comes out for the PS4 on the 31st. Taz the Tasmanian Tiger comes out for the Switch on the 31st. And Zombie Army Trilogy comes out for the Switch on the 31st. Let's get into April. April Fool's Day. This isn't a joke. Lost Artifacts Golden Island comes out for the Xbox One. And Totally Reliable Delivery Service comes out for the PC and PS4.
I like it.
Curious Expedition comes out for the Switch on the 2nd. Snaky Bus comes out for the Switch on the 2nd. Mazem Jackal and Hyde comes out for the Switch and PC on the 2nd. Pode comes out for the PC on the 3rd. RE3 Make comes out for the PS4, PC, and Xbone on the 3rd. Hyper Parasite comes out for the PS4 and Switch on the 3rd. Horror of the Deep comes out for the Xbox One. Curious Expedition comes out for the Xbox One. Whew.
I'm trying to see what this fucking bus game is. Snaky Bus. So
I have no clue.
Basically, your objective is to make the longest bus. It's a 3D version of Snake IO. So you're driving around.
Snake.
Or Snake, yeah. So you're driving around a city with buses attached to you, and you have to circle different elements, like houses, the Eiffel Tower, the world, essentially. So you more or less are trying to get your bus of Snake, your Snaky Bus, to wrap around the entire world. That is a very interesting concept. Huh.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I can dig it though.
And basically look at fuck. Jesus, like we can't talk today. Look at it as a real life Snake game with. So that's pretty much what it is.
With a bus.
Yeah, with a bus.
Yeah, with a bus.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
So in terms of movie releases, tomorrow, which is now for you guys.
Nope, we got 3 minutes.
Oh, well, good shit. So tomorrow, you can buy Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker on Blu-ray and DVD, as well as you can watch Sonic the Hedgehog on digital.
Nice.
Which is awesome. They were releasing it early, one of the first movies to do so. The first, for anyone who likes TV shows, a lot of TV shows are being released. Nothing that really sticks out. Harley Quinn Season 2, which is the rated M for mature, or not M for mature, rated R version of Harley Quinn.
TVMA.
TVMA. They swear and everything like that. It's on the DC Universe. It's on their streaming page.
Heck.
So you have that. As well as Onward on April 3rd will be released to Disney+. As well as the 3rd season of DuckTales will be released to Disney+ as well. DuckTales! There you go. And that's a podcast, boys. Let's go around the horn. Where can we find you? What are you going to be doing this week? What are you going to be playing? Which way does it lean? You know how it goes. James, start with you, brah.
Or rewrite history, DuckTales, woo!
That's your entertainment.
Animal Crossing.
We do not own the rights to that song.
Who cares? Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal. That's maybe other things. I have no idea right now. My schedule is completely clear. So I'll play something eventually. You can find me playing something eventually at twitch.tv/People8Studios.
I like it.
I youtube.com/People8Studios for archives of my stream for right now, because kind of don't have any videos to upload, because I was hoping that we could record before. But when we were scheduled for me and Mitchell to record, when we scheduled it, that's when I was like, hey, don't leave your house. And he's like, hey, I'm not leaving my house. And it's like, well, okay.
If you need to catch up, go watch it now. So that by the time you catch up, you'll have new stuff.
Exactly. That's at youtube.com/People8Studios. And then you can check to see what I'm doing and see all the memes I'm retweeting at Twitter at PeopleIHate10.
Nice. Mock.
You can watch me make mediocre content on YouTube and Twitch at MarkDude701. I'll probably be playing some Half-Life Alyx sometime soon. Yeah, I like that game a lot. I fangirled over the detail in the bread.
Bread.
Yeah, I forgot to ask you, how was it streaming a VR game?
Biggest issue is the audio. Computer was able to handle it pretty smoothly. It was just the audio wasn't the best. So I have to find something to attach to it. Or
Don't worry, Mark. I found you some wireless lapel mics that will plug in USB.
Oh shit! Yeah, that'll work perfectly. Honestly.
I was looking that up while I was watching you stream, and I was like, I wonder how much a lapel mic is that would work for him.
Yeah, when he was streaming that, I found out my Captain Geach Twitch account isn't following him. Only my Jaywalker15 was.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, that's weird. How come he's not showing up on my friends list? I search him. You're not following him. I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing as shit.
Damn.
He's like, oh, that's not good. He's going to get this big-ass notification now. He's like, what the fuck isn't Captain Geach following me for? What a dick.
Oh, no big deal. I appreciate it.
Yep.
But I'll be probably streaming that sometime this week. And then we've been playing a handful of games, nothing too crazy. Like we'll play
Gary's
Ark
mod.
sometimes. We'll be playing TTT.
I forgot we played Gary's mod.
Yeah.
I like how I bought Rainbow Six Siege and we played it once.
Yeah, we could still play that again sometime. We haven't played that. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of first-person shooters, so it's just, especially one that's like very, I don't know, quick,
tactical.
Yeah, and tactical. And a lot of those people there are just really good, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So I get plowed over.
I might just uninstall it and download Vegas, Rainbow Six Vegas, and play that because that's really good.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me. What's going on with you, Walker? Shit.
Muted. Nut.
Muted there, bud. Straight up
I am
nutting.
muted. I am.
Straight up nutting.
I did. I straight up nutted right there. So I will definitely be playing the Doom games because I have those. Gonna finish an arc. I need to get an egg in one of the Wyvern caverns, so I tamed a griffin just to sacrifice, which is probably the worst animal to do because it's a very long tame to just sacrifice it for something else. But I need the speed,
I'll
so.
say.
But we'll see. Contemplating if I want to play that or not because I still have a little. I still have the fine tune my castle, but it's not as fun playing that when you're chilling in a huge ass world by yourself. But it is what it is.
We'll play
that
it someday.
Doom,
Sometime.
and that's pretty much about it. And find me at Captain Geach 15 on all of the places everywhere. And that's it for us. And make sure for us, Level Unlock Podcast, you follow us on all the social medias, Level Unlock Podcast everywhere. Email us, levelunlockpodcast@gmail.com, and especially follow our Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
Appreciate you guys. I appreciate you all listening. And as always, we will see you here bright and early, 10:30 p.m. next Sunday.
Yes, bright and early.
And we will be here next week. I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye. Do the Disney Channel look, the old-fashioned Disney Channel thing. Hour and 45 minutes.